Our relationships are built on how much you can get people to like you and trust you. The likability and trust factor are huge. When you're meeting someone for the first time, your goal is to do things that cause trust and likability. Especially if you're in the kind of business that we're in where it's important that our relationships are strong with the people that we are around, our internal customers and our external customers, right? So we have to focus on always building the relationship more than we're trying to build a sale. And we're always working on our communication, which is why success is an inside job. We're always paying attention to how we're thinking. It's amazing. You wouldn't ride down the highway in your car and just let go of the wheel, right? And hope you arrive safely. I mean, you grab the wheel to make sure you arrive at your destination. Well, we got to drive the wheel of our mind, become more aware and take charge instead of letting our thoughts just control us, because you can't control the thoughts that come into your mind, but once they're there, you can. Voltaire, a philosopher, once said, you're not in control of the hand you're dealt, but you are in control of how you play it. And that's what we want to keep reminding ourselves of. So strategic rapport. How do you get people to like you and trust you on purpose, with intention? Here's a few things. The first thing you can do is be a chameleon, okay? Birds of a feather flock together. We feel more comfortable around those who we feel like we have more connection with, more communication with. I remember going to Hawaii a long time ago, and I met someone from Indianapolis, or from Indiana, and we were like pals just because we shared a state. Think about the friends that you grew up with. You dress the same, you talk the same, you listen to the same music, you had the same words, right? The same catchphrases or inside jokes. And it seems like unless you've had training, unless you've gone out and had training in embracing diversity, we feel uncomfortable around people who are different than us. So what I always tell people is diversity is power. Because you don't want to hang around with people that just think like you, because then you'll only know a little bit. You got to get around people that think totally different from you, and you get a whole other perspective. You get another piece of the puzzle. It's like all of us in this room have a piece of the truth, but we don't have the whole truth. It's like 5 blind people standing around an elephant. They all got a piece of the elephant. One's got the tail and says, an elephant is like a rope. And the other one has a leg and says, no, it's like a tree. Another one's pushing, no, an elephant's like a wall. They all have a piece of the truth, but they don't have the whole truth. So as we start to come together and connect with each other more, we start to have this new level of awareness. So when you want to use that to help people feel safe with you and connect with you, the easiest way of doing it, instead of trying to learn all these personality styles, is you just be like them. So you stand the way that they're standing. You talk maybe the way they're talking. So if they talk fast and you talk slower, you got to speed up a little bit. If you talk real fast, you're type A and talk real fast, and you're talking to someone who's more kinesthetic, more laid back, you got to slow down. Sometimes people will say, well, what if that makes me uncomfortable? Well, it's not about you in that moment. It's about helping someone else feel good. And you really only have to do it for a minute or two, because once you sync, once you connect, you'll have it. And if anything ever starts to go awry in the relationship, it's just because you lost rapport. You can get it back this way. So let me give you... All right, so Michael. So we're hanging out. So if I wanted to hang out with Michael, right, and help him feel comfortable with me, what I would do is I would start to stand the same way Michael stands. And if he moves, I'm going to catch it, and I'm going to start to move. Okay? So I'll just kind of look at him, and then as I'm talking or looking away, I kind of get in the same body language that he's in. Because if I go like this, does it feel different? It feels different? Why?
Because it looks like you're not paying attention.
Yeah, it feels like I'm not paying attention, even though I'm looking right at him. But what will happen is he'll have that thought, and he won't tell you. And you'll start to lose that relationship or the sale, and you won't even know why. And it's because we're always having 3 conversations. The one we're having and the one that we're both having in our own head. Okay? So now if I'm standing this way, and then it feels more comfortable again, right? Yeah. All right, now I want you to face me this way. Okay? Now, if we stand like this, does it feel any different?
Yeah.
How does it feel different?
Because now we're facing each other. We can see each other.
Yeah. What he's saying is that, and that's very true, what he's saying is that when 2 guys square up on each other, there's a part of your brain that says, oh, it's on. Right? It's like this alpha male thing in our brain gets stimulated and it says there's a threat. And so when you square, unless you've known, if we've known each other forever, it wouldn't be that way. But if I just got to know you, what I would do is we angle off. Okay, so this feels a little uncomfortable, but this is okay. And you see, he's adjusting too. He's finding it. Yep, this is better. And so we're sending our energy that way. Is this okay?
Yeah. Good.
Okay, good. You see how they went right into the body language there. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to keep making eye contact with her and turn your body. Okay, the way you would with a guy. Now, does that feel any different?
A little bit.
It feels different. How?
Feels like he's distancing himself.
It feels like he's distancing himself. Now, he's looking right at you.
Yeah.
Okay? But it feels like all of a sudden he's more distant.
Yeah.
So if you and I were married and you were trying to sell me something and you're talking to me and you're not facing her, she's in her head going, I don't know what it is, but we ain't working with him. I don't trust him. I got a feeling, right? And he'll be like, I have no idea what happened. I made eye contact, I said hello because of that. So get back in rapport.
Oh, yeah.
Ah, that's much better. Give him a round of applause. Thank you, guys. The speed. If you go up to somebody, again, like I said, or volume. You know, if I'm like, hey, how's it going? How you doing? I'm all fired up. I'm a motivational speaker. A little bit. Yeah. And she'd be like, dude, why are you yelling at me? Right? So if I was going to talk to her, I'd be like, hey, how are you? Good. And you'll notice that I made eye contact. I didn't stand over her because that can trigger stuff too. You just start to pay attention. Now I know I'm telling you a lot of stuff. Just take one thing and then get good at it and then add to it.